Good afternoon to those who listen. It is May 30th, 2025. It's 1:38 p.m. And I'm going to be showing you in these pictures. This is all the pictures of all the mold I documented in this apartment that they screwed me over on. But now I got I got all this stuff that happened to me all in one day. The construction thing with, showing the dust from today. I also have a witness from the Bolt Motors right across the street. The receptionist said she would give me a statement, video statement, telling that the dust was really bad. She just had to talk to her boss first. But she says sometimes it's really bad, especially when the wind is, blowing. She says sometimes it gets unbearable. So I got witnesses. Oops, it's supposed to be playing. Sorry. So here's all the mold that was in that apartment. And then I get a call from Cross Creek Apartments Collection. And I'm like, wow. They said, oh yeah, we've been trying to call you since 2023. Lies. I looked at my phone log and it's only been a few months that they've been trying to call. But I thought it was spam, so I did not answer it. This time they left it ring for half a ring and then said, and then, then I called back. Oh yeah, we've been trying to call you all the time and we're leaving messages. Lies. Never left me one message. We've sent you letters in the mail. Lies. Never sent me one letter in the mail. So then a lawyer called me from Des Moines and it looks like they're going to take the case. And he said if they didn't take the case, then they would find me somebody that would take the case for sure. So I just sent him all these. I sent him the whole, all my links for all my videos. I told him, there's 98 of them. Obviously, you're not going to go through all of them. I'll send you what I think are important, but you can go through, all the stuff that you want. I got the hearing, the appeal hearing in front of the judge, all that too. I don't know how they can deny this. This is unbelievable evidence. There's the mold. Well, that was the mold that I did the test. It's probably going to show, it's going to show the stages of it growing in the dish there. And then I sent it off to the lab, proving that there was mold. And then I got doctor's notes saying that, I can't live there because of that mold. I'm allergic to that mold, and it could cause severe problems. And nothing. They just said, oh, the apartment, we didn't find any mold. I'm like, they didn't find any mold, they said. That's so funny. So here's all my proof. I found mold everywhere in that apartment. Supposedly there was a leak and behind the walls, and that's what caused it. Here's the disgusting dishwasher. How moldy this was. It was hard to get good pictures, but when I did get some good pictures, watch this. It's disgusting, disgusting. Oh, I didn't get it yet. Oh, there it is. Here we go. Look at that. Disgusting. That's inside the dishwasher. I had to shine a flashlight through there to get it to come out because it was deep inside there. So how in the world could anybody deny that there's mold? Especially when I had lab results from an independent lab come back, yes. And then, of course, my doctor saying the same thing. Can't live there. I mean, geez, it was everywhere. There's mold everywhere in that house. You could even see it coming through the carpet. Oh, but suddenly I caused it, supposedly. I don't think so. Mold in the bathtub, even. So maybe after all this, they're finally going to get it. I told that lady, I said, you can tell Cross Creek Apartments that I'm coming after them with a federal lawsuit because they broke federal laws. And the same with Section A, but, obviously that's a separate thing. But yeah, I have plenty of evidence all the way through. I have the appeal hearing with the judge, which I cannot believe that she would even think about siding with the apartment complex, showing all this evidence. They had to have been paid off or something in order to do this to me. But now they're trying to screw me out of getting low-income housing for the rest of my life, or at least for another couple years. And now I just found out that they went from $2,200 is what I owed, supposedly, if I owed the 9 months lease. And then, all right, stop. That was it. Stop. Okay. Sorry. So then, for some reason, they charged me $5,166. And then she said today, well, no, that's not the amount. Now it's $6,500. I'm like, how is it that high? Well, there's some late fees in there. So you're telling me there's $4,300 worth of late fees? Yeah, screw you. I don't think so. Come on. The original amount was $2,200 and now it's $6,500. Come on. So look at all these videos I have. I got 98 videos. All this documentation of all the mold, all the talks with all these people, the lawyers, the apartment complex, the management company, the doctors, the lab results, the ER results, everything. So I don't think they're going to get away with this anymore. I don't know how they did all this time. I have everything all documented. I'm glad I was very thorough in documenting everything because I called Channel 8 and they never did nothing. Everybody must have been paid off to do this. I even had a woman who lived there before me said she had to move because of the mold too. And I got that on Facebook. But she didn't want to. Suddenly, it was weird. We were talking and she said she was going to try to help me and then, talk to the city and all that, the health department and all that. And then suddenly she just stopped talking to me. It was weird. It was like, did they get to her too? So everything's there, even the hearing. So their whole thing was they didn't find any mold in the apartment. Are you serious? They actually had the nerve to say, we did 2 inspections and we didn't find any mold in the place. But then afterwards, they contradicted themselves and said, oh, well, but the mold was not elevated. First there was no mold, and then it was elevated mold. It was not elevated mold, and that I was forced. They even said that I'm forced to live there. They refused to get me out of the lease because the mold was not elevated and it wouldn't cause me any medical problems, which was a lie. So there you go. Thanks for watching. God bless.